In Venezuela, we have a saying that goes like, recordar es vivir, which literally means remembering is living. And I was remembering these days about this image. You could have seen it, you might have seen this somewhere, maybe on X, maybe in other YouTube videos. But the fact is that I made this meme back in the day, this image. I made it in Photoshop the old-fashioned way for a video. I have proof of this. This is a screenshot of a video that I made 3 years ago for the body language guy. I'm going to leave the link in the description just in case you want to rewatch it. Harry's legal tantrum is planned to smear the Queen. And I remember that, okay, I need to represent the best way, the quickest way possible how Harry is literally using the Queen of Hearts card. And I said, oh, this could be a nice, a nice pun. And I couldn't believe today that this was kind of prophetic in so many ways, in the sense that Netflix seems to have requested from Harry and Meghan to make something about Princess Diana, his mother. And you know that they were with this kind of, how to say this, renewal rumors. They were renewing the contract with Netflix, which is not the case. I already made a video about that. It's just that Netflix has the right to be the first ones to take a look at whatever project Harry and Meghan have and say that if they are going to go with it or not. But I think Nancy Sidley has a very good point about this. Netflix told Harry and Meghan what they would pay them for, and they gladly accepted. These two are broke financially and spiritually. I agree 100%. That is a nice arrangement. It is still a first look arrangement, but Netflix said, hey, you know what? If you do something about Lady Di, maybe we can talk. And let's be honest, this is something that they have been doing, Harry and Meghan, for a long time, and for a very good reason. And the reason is Meghan, of course. I'm pretty sure that Meghan is behind this kind of shots that we saw. You remember the documentary of Netflix? Yes, you remember that. We watched it together. We push through that together. And this was one of the most talked about sequences, shots, if you want to call it. Archie asking about his grandmother. Did you remember that? You remember that, right? Yeah, we don't need to talk much about this. We need to address that Meghan has used every single possible opportunity to, let's say, play the Diana card her own way, as in when she was sharing those thoughts, those insidious thoughts, maybe because she was being treated so bad by the mainstream media, or those pesky YouTubers. Oh no, how they're saying she was. This is another meme that I made. This one I don't remember in which video it was, but I remember that I made the videos that Diana's gonna come back at some point as a Jedi ghost. And I made this. Some people got upset. Oh, you're so mean. Why are you doing this to Diana's memory? This is for kicks and giggles. Don't take life so seriously. I'm pretty sure that Lady Di wouldn't take life that seriously. She would laugh at this. So I was thinking about that. She's going to come back at a Jedi ghost and maybe tell Harry, man up. And this was before. This was before, the Todger Gate. And you notice a pattern here, right? That ever since, I think that since I've been covering this too, has been this constant link to Diana, because hands down, the most shocking part of Spare is, well, yeah, the Todger cream. It was countless parodies and countless memes were sparked from that. And you begin to notice a pattern here. All right, I made a video 3 years ago about Harry's legal tantrum, and I connected that to Smear the Queen. Remember that he was implying that the queen was in charge of whatever Ravek was going to decide about his status as an IPP, to have this global status, the international protected person. He was implying that, like, the queen could control that. Fresh reminder, gonna leave the link in the description. They want to make something about Diana. Didn't Netflix do The Crown already? What are they going to do? And by the way, what is Harry? Is Harry going to say something about Diana? Because he already said himself that he doesn't have that many memories of Diana. Maybe Meghan has more memories of Diana than Harry himself, and I'm not joking. I am not joking. Perhaps I'm just realizing that. Maybe the whatever they're going to do for Netflix is based on Meghan's recollections of Lady Di, not Harry's, because Harry was was coping at so many instances of his life with a royal life, but it was so triggering, so it was strangling him. Oh, I was willing to, take substances, Prince Harry, on pressures of royal life. And that's something that he addressed as well on that Apple TV documentary. You remember The Me You Can't See with Oprah? Again, this is a pattern that repeats again and again. And when it comes to cosplaying, Diana, we have two cosplayers here because, I'm going to put again the same screenshot everyone uses about Meghan. I'm gonna use it again. I have no problem using it again. But we have to remember that Meghan has sent Harry as well to cosplay as Diana, because this is something that Meghan has been doing over and over again, and now that As Ever is in its deathbed, because if there's no Netflix show, if all that Meghan has is an Instagram account with, people are realizing that, let's say, Meghan's subscribers on Instagram doesn't match the amount of, for example, likes on Netflix videos or Netflix trailers on YouTube, as in, where are all those followers, those Instagram followers? Are those even real? Are those real people? If you don't have real people on Instagram, how can you sell products? So if that's dead on arrival, all that is left, you guess it right, all that is left is they coming back. And we already have headlines like this. Already have headlines like Prince Harry's royal return subject to strict conditions set by King Charles, saying you could say anything you want. But I have said this time and time again. King Charles wouldn't say no to take Harry back. And King Charles would never say no to, a visit from his, from Aldi and Lidl. Yeah, why not? It would be so heartless of him, being so empathic with so many Abrodians in general. I'm not going to elaborate on this. We're going to have a bad time if we go down that rabbit hole. I prefer to keep that away from the royal road, but you know what I'm talking about. But I'm pretty sure that King Charles is willing to, this rift should not exist. This should not exist. We should be able to forgive and let Harry and the wife inside the royal fold again. Not as working royals, of course, but maybe why not in the family? Because at some point they are at the end of the line. They are at the end of the rope. And if they are, using the Diana Jedi ghost, it also could be used to guilt trip Charles. It is the way it is. And at the same time, the problem is that what I'm seeing, because I'm keeping an eye on all these reports about William and Catherine and how the media are extra heavy on William and Catherine. I should make a video about this. But I see that this is kind of a smoke screen for whatever the king is about to do. I'm not saying that the king is organizing this, but this helps a lot with whatever are the moves, because it seems like William and Catherine are the ones being attacked constantly, daily, everywhere. And for what reason? Well, a smoke screen. And I haven't seen stuff like this in some time. Thanks to Prince William's Joe account on X, by the way, William and Kate have created this sort of slightly faux idea of happy families. They are not overrun with the staff. This is Richard K, by the way, saying this on Palace Confidential. They are not overrun with the staff, but in fact, these properties will house a nanny and a housekeeper and presumably their protection staff as well. It doesn't look good. I mean, this is the stupidest take when it comes to talk about the future king of England. What did you expect? That they were going to move to a flat on Canary Wharf or something like that? I don't know. What do you expected William and Catherine to do? But again, this deserves its own video. It's a unique video, but this is the end goal. This is the end goal. Harry and Meghan have no idea what to do next with their lives. Only thing that Meghan can come up is, well, we need to come back to recharge in some way. And that's why Harry has been pushing for those headlines to see what they can do, and they are going to use the Diana card for that. But again, I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. Much love and bliss.